said a welcome to the show. What's going on, everybody? Boop, 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 boop. I found myself in a position yesterday that I was like, well, this sucks. And then my mind's like working all night trying to figure it out. So I had a rough night sleeping. It's just the way my head works. When I realize something about myself and then I evaluate it and stay up, then when I fall asleep, the dreams tell me things, I guess, or at least play off of it, I guess. So yesterday was one of those days, last night was one of those nights, and we are at Monday morning. And I am here. I think my problem, I kind of broke it all down and stuff. And so what I've come up with is I think my problem was I'm having a hard time adjusting to putting me first again. Like most of my life, I had no problem with me being first. It was me, where I wanted to go, the things I wanted to do all the time. It was me, 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 me. And I had no problems with that because I was, in my eyes, I was building something. I was trying to get out of the slum I've lived in. Then with the business, I had a vision for the business. I wanted to execute that, and it was just go, 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 me, 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 let's do this. And then me took a back seat. You know, the business is fine. I am fine. Then you know, Jan had health issues, and my brother passed, and my dad had issues, and then Vern had issues, and then Pee-wee had issues, and Courtney had issues, and then I've been using, well, Ghost is new, get him acclimated and comfortable. So it's almost like I had reasons not to put me first, and now it's kind of turned into maybe excuses because they're not so drastic. Like Ghost being acclimated is going to happen over time, so that's just kind of an excuse. So yesterday I found myself and this is one reason for, I've got to change that. I've lost 8 pounds, but I haven't moved since then. That's one reason I need to make sure I change this. So, yesterday, like I was feeling a little down, a little depressed. And I'm like, well, let's stop working and do something. Then I found myself, do what? I had nothing to do. I'm like, what do I do? I don't know. Like, I couldn't motivate myself to do anything. And you know, I could have, one of the things I've been wanting to do is make videos for this channel, like reacting to certain things. I could have did that. I could have got off my lazy, well, I wasn't sitting. I don't sit until I'm ready to go to bed, so I basically stand all day, so I can't say I was just sitting around. I was just standing around. I could have went for a run. So then I decided to take the dogs for a walk, and then Ghost acted up like he's never acted up before. I mean, these two little dogs started barking, so he was going crazy trying to get to him, and I'm holding him back, and he literally jumps higher than me trying to get to him. And I'm like, I grabbed him by the harness up close and just carried him basically, and I'm just like, all right, we're going home. I'm done with this. And I was trying to train him all the way back home, putting him next to me and what have you. And so he's not fully trained yet on a leash to work very well. And I just found myself being down about it all. I'm like, it's almost like that number one spot in my life is vacant right now. And I'm having a hard time putting myself back there. Whether it's reasons or excuses, I'm having a hard time putting myself there. And I find that kind of weird, being, like I said, I've never had a problem in the past doing what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, how I wanted to do it, because I got goals to make. And even though I do got a goal now that I want to do on two occasions, the business and this channel, I'm having a hard time pushing myself up into that number one spot. It's just vacant. And I kind of I was getting better at it before Courtney's death, and I think since Courtney's death, I've used that as an excuse to hold me down a little bit. And if you don't know, Courtney is the dog on my channel page in the upper right corner, sleeping in the field. But she was here 13 years. So I think that just set me back a little bit. So I've got to just try harder to make sure I put myself first. There's no reason not to put myself first right now. And then I had some weird dreams on top of that. So before I get into the dream, I think my conclusion is going to be that today, I put the dogs, they're fine. I put them down a notch, and I put me up a notch. So it's been hot anyway. So instead of taking them for a walk, I just worry about myself and go do my jog. And if I feel like it when I get back, then I can take them for a short walk. If I don't, it's okay. That they kind of, go in and out of the house. I got the backyard all day, big backyard to play. Well, they haven't played yet, but to run out back and forth. And so they get their energy out. There's plenty of room for that. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I need to come first again. And then my dreams were weird. They had a lot of bridges in them, and a lot of broken bridges, which is kind of the way my life's been too. I mean, I basically, my circle of friends are basically none now. It's just zip zilch because of all the stuff that's happened over the years. So if that references like friends and other things, I mean, that's pretty much, it represented it perfect, because I was doing this, and actually Jan was in the dream too. Like they were tearing down a bridge from one side to another, like pulling it, and I was timing it to jump onto the end of the bridge so I could be pulled across the water on the bridge with Jan in tow. So the first two bridges I made it on and started getting pulled across. But then the next one, I looked behind me, and there was like one of those old metal bridges, and it was being repaired. It had like the surface being repaired on it, so that it was blocked off. And I go, oh, I remember that bridge. We went across that bridge once. Then I came back and they're getting ready to pull this bridge down in the same fashion. So I went to jump, and it's almost like I was holding Jan the whole time, and I timed it just a little bit off and was late. So I ended up falling on these trestles, and the other side of the bridge that we jumped from started collapsing into the water. So I am climbing up the water, and I just keep yelling, Jan, to keep climbing. And I'm up higher, and I'm climbing these, like, as it's falling, it's almost like a ladder with the steel beams or whatever, even though there's no steel beams, but in bridges like that, could be rebar, I guess. So I'm climbing this, and then Jan starts falling behind farther, so I just reach down, I just grab her, like, easily, and throw her up higher, and then just climb, and she's falling down again. I grab her again, throw her up high, and just keep climbing. So I made it off that bridge. Next thing I know, there's a station wagon. Jan's sitting in the back of the station wagon, and there's an animal under a net that's been placed there to feed this other animal that's just running around it. But there's this other lady there who's trying to fend off this animal to save the little animal that's in the net. She's like, if I don't get this thing to go away, he's just going to eat this animal. And so I ended up helping and said, okay, while I'm keeping this animal away, undo the net and put the animal in the station wagon. So that happened, and I ended up bringing this animal home. Both animals, I don't know what the hell they were. They were not a normal animal. It was just, I don't know, it could have been a mix of whatever, but it was odd. So that's where the dreams went. So I'm like, trying to figure out the dreams. I'm like, well, if it's about bridges falling and tearing down bridges, I mean, that makes sense when it comes to my life outside of the house, because I don't do anything with anybody anymore. Jan doesn't do anything with anybody anymore. Jan's very good at being in her world, focused on what she's got going on. So a lot of times I just feel like I'm floating through the house, with 2 puppies following me. So I decided last night to go down and pull some orders to make it easier this morning. So when I went downstairs, I closed the dogs out and just went down by myself, so I wouldn't have them following me at my feet. And like, this is me time. And it's okay. Everybody else is home. They'll be entertained upstairs. They don't need to be at my feet. I'm going down by myself just to do this. And I think that was just the first little step too. You know, I don't have to babysit them every minute. I mean, I'm sitting in the car now, just went to the post office. They're in there. I'm sure they're fine. My only concern would be if Pee-wee has a seizure. But I've just got to figure out me. I've got to figure out the things that I want to do and just do them. I got to put me first again. So that's what I got to figure out totally how to do, how to get myself pushed back up into that number 1 spot. And I take advantage of it while I can, because it probably won't be there forever. I mean, something always ends up happening, right? So next time it could be me and I'm stuck in bed for days or whatever, fighting something. Who knows? I mean, anything could happen at any time. So take advantage, put myself back up in that spot, and just worry about me. Get out and jog every night. Get on my bike and exercise, and anytime I want to. just fixate in my mind that it's okay to do that. I don't have to be tied to anyone or anything right now at this moment. So we'll see what happens. That's the goal. We'll see. Going into it with the right mindset, just gotta do it. So, all right, I gotta get in and ship these items, and I will see you all in the next video later.